Hello and welcome to Let Us Farm. My name is Emily Noel Oge of Let Us Farm. So have you ever noticed that sometimes when you just stock your catfishes, they don't eat? Sometimes they don't even eat up to 1 week. Yes, when you are putting food for them, most of them actually play. You see them playing. And the sad part of this particular issue is that when you are changing your water, you may see skulls of these fishes in the pond. What do you think is the reason? Because this is a big problem and many people are not finding it funny. Many catfish farmers have told me that this is giving them sleepless nights because, you stock your catfish with the hope that they will start eating immediately, but again, they are not feeding. What could be the reason why they are not feeding? And that's exactly what we'll be talking about. Yeah, this is Let Us Farm page. Don't forget, we don't have any WhatsApp group. I will never contact you to pay money to join any WhatsApp group. Please be careful. Now, I'll be right back to discuss this. And don't forget, if you have any problem in your farm, simply do a 2 to 3 minutes video of this problem and send it to me. I would help you resolve this problem free of charge. I'll be right back to resolve this. Welcome back. Yeah, so like I said, sometimes you stock your catfishes, they are not eating. What could be the cause? The video you watched now was actually someone that had the same issue sent me the video. He was worried that the catfishes are not eating and he just stocked them. What could be the reason? Now, there are some reasons that can cause this, actually, that can make your catfishes not eat after stocking. Now, one of the major reasons is the stress. Because when they change location, there could be stress inducement on them, and that will make them not, feeling to eat and everything. Now, another reason could be the way you introduce them into the pond. If you just pour your catfish like that into the pond, you have actually induced more stress on them. Some of them may die through the process. But let's assume that it's not stress. Because if it's stress related, after 2 days, your catfishes are supposed to pick up and start eating. Now, let's assume that you did everything right. What could make your catfishes not eat after 2 days of stocking? Because in the first 2 days, if it was a stress problem, they could have balanced. Now, after that 2 days, one thing that can make them not to eat is your water. If your water level is low, your catfishes will not eat. People have been told that your catfishes, small ones, if you put too much water, they will die. It's a lie. That's not correct. Because as a human being, you don't die because you have too many breezes, too many fresh air to take in. So why should a catfish die because it has water? Doesn't make sense. The only place that there's a problem is maybe your pond is like 12 feet high water. Reduce that water to 3 feet high, because catfishes are not sharks. Sharks can stay as much as whatever feet of the water is, but catfishes, when they are 3 feet high, they are okay. 4 feet is okay, but going to like 12 feet is not okay. That's the water, not the pond level. But going to give your catfishes 1 foot water because somebody said something, it doesn't make sense. So please avoid all those they say, so that you don't have problem inducing more stress. Because once the fishes are stressed out, they won't eat. It's fact. Now, if you have gotten all these things right and your catfishes are not still eating, there's another problem that could make them not to eat. Well, this is not a problem, but sometimes if where you bought the fishes from, they are using, let's say they are using skeleton 1.5, and you now change it to skeleton 1.8, they may not likely eat. And in some cases, they are using skeleton there, and you now buy Copens or you buy Blue Crown. I'm not saying that this feed is the problem. No, what I'm trying to bring out here is change of feed at that small age. You understand? If it is when they are around juvenile level and you change feed, within 2-3 days they will get used to it. But you just stocked them. They are juvenile, but you just stocked them. So they are still trying to readapt to a situation, and you change their feed. This does not mean that if you change their feed, they won't, because sometimes I find it difficult to explain things because people will misunderstand it. This does not mean that if you change the feed that they will not eat. No, what I'm saying is, if you stock and after stocking, you notice they are not eating, and after 2 days of stocking, they are not still eating, then you can consider what I am saying now as feed change. So what you will simply do is call your supplier and say, please, what size of feed were you giving these fishes? The person will tell you. What brand of feed? It will tell you. So mix that brand of feed with the one that you have, mix it for them, and start giving them within the next 2-3 days. Then you can now switch. So within that short period, they will now start getting used to a new one they are seeing. So they will now start eating it. But the new one, they'll be putting this very small. After 2, 3, 4 days, switch, they will now be okay. If you don't kind of understand what I said now, just reach out to me and I will explain further. So that you don't go and make mistakes like some people now. What I found out, people will quote me and say that this is what I said. Then I will tell them that if you go to that video, I also said this. Because some people don't know that any video I make, I remember what I say in the video any day, anytime. So when you are quoting what I said in the video, I actually know if I said it or not. Because I did not copy anybody's thing. This is what I do in my farm. So I actually know. Now, if you have tried this and it doesn't work, that means that the next problem is your pond situation. Once you have contacted the person that supplied you the fish and you change the feed and the fishes did not still want to eat, it's your pond situation. Be sincere to yourself and check how many fishes did you stock. This place, is it too crowded for them? Because if the where you are buying it from, they manage it and it's not too crowded for them, and you now crowd the fishes, they are going to have problem instantly. They're going to have problem. But if where they are coming is crowded and your place is not crowded, they're going to be very okay and they will eat. So if you have called the person and this is the issue, go and check it out. And now, if it's not the issue of the crowdedness, the last but not the least of the issue you should consider is check the water in your pond. What is the pH level of the water? What is the acidic nature? Is that water hard? Check it out and see if it falls where it's supposed to be on the water pH level. Before you start asking me for pH level, just check this particular page. You will see where I discussed extensively about water pH so that you can learn about it, you know, because you just ask me one question about pH, it doesn't help you to understand exactly what you're doing, but I discussed it fully there. So if you have done all these things I said, your catfishes will peak. Another thing, the last, is patience. While you are doing all these things, give the fishes time, because as a fish that just changed location, it also needs time. So within the 1 week, the fishes will start getting used to the system. So that's why some people say, oh, when I stocked my catfishes, they were not even eating. They were not even eating. After 2 weeks, oh, they started eating so much. Patience. Because now they have readjusted themselves to the new situation they find themselves, then to adjusted themselves to the person that is feeding them. And now, how is the person feeding them? They've adjusted themselves. The next thing they will do is to open up and start eating. Unfortunately, in the first 2-3 days that this thing may be happening, some of the fishes, especially your shooters, once they notice anyone that is weak, they may decide to eat it. Reason is that fishes are cannibalistic in nature, and they understand eating themselves easier than understand eating food. That's a small logic, but that's the truth. So you try and make sure that things that will lead them to do that doesn't occur. If not, they may decide to enjoy themselves before you provide solution. Is there anything I have said here that you probably don't understand or you want me to explain more? If yes, kindly use the comment section. And until I come your way next time, my name is Melifa Oge of Let Us Farm. Keep farming. It's a way of life.